Hi everybody, and welcome to my speech. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. As you all entered into the room, I've had this slide up displayed for you to look at as you entered. And it has all of these pictures of women on it. How do you view these women? What do you think about how they're dressed and how they're acting with one another? A few words that I would describe these women as is confident and happy and positive. And these are the type of people that you'd want to surround yourself with. This is a photo of my husband and I on our way to the elegant dinner on our cruise. We had spent a lot of time getting ready, and I've noticed a trend as we've been married for almost 2 years. When I spend a lot of time getting ready, as for a night like I did for this, I get lots of compliments from my husband, and I love it. It helps me boost my self-esteem, and in turn, I'm a lot nicer to him in return. Your physical appearance gives you 3 different things. The first thing that it gives you is confidence in who you are. That night on the cruise, I had dressed my best and I was confident. I myself knew that I was looking better than I usually did, and in turn, I was pretty happy about that. The next thing that it gives is it helps you to feel comfortable in your own skin. When you're feeling good about the way you look on the outside, there's no reason you should feel uncomfortable. You feel good about yourself. And that third thing that it gives you is you treat others more positively. You'll be smiling more. You'll go out of your way to maybe open a door for someone. You'll maybe even just laugh a little bit more. Your self-image, and I'm going to tell you the definition. The self-image is the idea you have of your abilities, appearance, and personality. I'd like everyone to take a moment and just think about their self-image. How do you view yourself? Are you more of an athletic person? Are you more of a musician? Are you positive in the way you treat other people? How do you view your interactions with the world? When you have low self-esteem, this in turn leads to negative social interactions. And I want to talk about that for just a minute. That low self-esteem that you have, you're going to feel badly about yourself. You're going to be having these negative thoughts. And then you're going to start thinking negatively about what's happening around you and maybe the other people that's around you. And you might be a little bit more easily irritated. And you might more easily be offended by someone. This is a photo of my husband and I on something called a pioneer trek. You dress as pioneers, and for an entire weekend, you team up with the youth in the stake, and you pull hand carts. My husband and I were a ma and pa, and we had 10 kids in our group, and we were in charge of taking care of them and encouraging them on the trail. Now, that weekend, I did not wear makeup, and as in the full effect of pioneers, we got really dirty after hiking all those long miles together. And it was my job as a ma to encourage the youth in our group to pull and to keep going on the trail. But at the same time, I was feeling pretty bad about myself. I was tired, it was hot, those trails were long, and a couple other things about my physical appearance. That week I had braces. You wouldn't tell from this picture, but my mouth was closed. I wanted to hide that. And also, I have a little bit of a younger face, and that entire weekend, I was being mistaken for a youth by everyone in the stake. And that was a little frustrating for me, and instead of being encouraging all the time for those youth in our group, there were some points where I was just feeling down on myself. And it was really hard for me to encourage them when all I could think about was how bad that I thought I looked. This is an example of us actually taking this handcart down the hill, and you can see there's a majority of boys in this photo. They used their strength to get that down, and the girls, we were really encouraging to them. But that entire weekend, you had to set aside your physical appearance, and you had to just connect with one another. And that's a little bit harder to do when you know you're not looking your best. But imagine if we were all having our hair curled and the men with their hair slicked dressed a little bit differently, then we may have more easily been happy and encouraging with each other. Take care of your body, and this includes exercise, a healthy diet, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. When you take care of your body, you're going to have a well-groomed physical appearance. Your inside beauty is so important, but for this few minutes, I'd like to just focus on that outward beauty. Your physical appearance affects your self-esteem, and it affects the way that you treat others. There's a study done called the Mormon Glow, and in it, researchers took self-headshots from people ages 18 to 30, some Mormon, some non-Mormon, and in the study, they had to identify the participants who was Mormon and who was not. I tell you about the study a little bit to help teach the importance of your physical appearance and how that other people view you. And the people in the study, those participants, more often than not could identify the Mormons. And because they could identify them from their physical appearance, that essentially means that the way you look tells others a lot about you. Mormonism keeps men and women young and handsome, and when they are full of the Spirit of God, there are none of them but have a glow upon their countenance. And that was by Brigham Young. And he teaches that Mormons have that glow for a reason. You can tell from their physical appearance for that specific reason because they have the Spirit of God with them. My husband and I like to kind of play a game when we're out in public. We like to see and identify the Mormons around us. And we'll see maybe a mom and her sons interacting, and we'll say they are happy. And from the way that they're treating each other and the way that they're dressed, we can tell that they're Mormon. And sometimes we'll go up to them and ask them, and every time we go out of our way to ask it, we've been right. By age 13, 50% of girls are unhappy with their appearance. And this is taken from a survey of middle school girls. This is dramatic. That is so many girls unhappy with the way that they look. And that's because they're comparing themselves to unrealistic visions of social media and pop culture. And that needs to change. They need to realize that when they take care of themselves to the best of their ability, they should feel good about their physical appearance. And they should be confident in who they are. Is there a secret to happiness? I know one girl who's found it. Her name is Talia, and this is a photo of her right here. And she is so positive and happy. I've learned a lot from her. She actually has become quite known in social media for her YouTube videos on makeup tutorials of all things. She is only 13 years old, and for 6.5 years has been battling 2 rare forms of cancer, one including leukemia. And she has lost her hair due to those chemotherapy treatments, and because of that, she wanted to find a way to embody positivity and to also take care of herself and to feel good about herself. And she was introduced to makeup, and that's where it all began. She's so inspiring because she brings awareness about children and cancer, and she also is so positive and happy because she does her makeup tutorials and she's happy. I've learned so much from her because she has that positive self-image. She embodies that. She never knows what day is going to be her last, and she has a motto that says, "I'm okay today, so why not live for today?" And I think that we should all take that to heart. The secret to having a positive self-image is not only taking care of yourself, but smiling. And from all these different women in this photo, you can tell that they are taking care of themselves, they're dressing modestly, and they have a beautiful physical appearance. And because of that, they're happy and confident in themselves. And I want to challenge each of you to smile and to develop a positive self-image.